Now we'll call our second panel, Ishmeal Charles. He is a program manager for Healy International Relief Foundation. Please proceed.
I feel privileged to share with you our experience on the ground with the current Ebola outbreak. As it is today, Sierra Leone is considered to be a war front. As a former child soldier, I was able to survive the war, but I fear that this is going to be worse. The health system is not functional. Harvests have been cancelled because too many farmers are dying. In a country with 70% illiteracy, schools are being closed indefinitely. With the support of the United States, the international community, and the spirits of Sierra Leoneans, we believe we will put Ebola at our back so that we can be self-reliant again.
Thank you, Mr. Charles.
As a young boy growing up in Sierra Leone, my family was very happy and everything was going very well. My father was a miner, and my mother was a very amazing young woman. The day when I was born, my father actually found a diamond. And my family always said I was born with luck. When the whole war started, I actually was in Kano. We heard the rebels were coming closer, and so we decided to get into the bush. They called themselves the Revolutionary United Front because their motto was liberation, and they said they came to liberate the people of Sierra Leone. They captured us and took us to be part of their fighting forces. They were promoting children. They will give you ranks. They will give you big titles because you killed people. And when you're intoxicated, when you're drugged, you don't see people like people. You see people like nothing. If you have the guts to kill your own father, if you have the guts to kill your own mother, then you know already. You will not fear killing anybody else. They took our childhood away from us when we were innocent. The pains and the scars that we went through, the flashbacks, the PTSD, the memories are still always very fresh. I forgive everyone that's got me into what they did. We should forgive. We will never forget. It was a very difficult situation transforming back from being a child soldier. I couldn't be where I am today if I was not able to go to school. My mom actually saved everything that I actually became. She made me what I am. She became my hero. She went and started breaking stones just to make sure that she would keep me in school because she knew the value of education. My mom will sit down with a hammer and break big metal rocks and sell them. And so that's how she will be able to pay my transport on a weekly basis to come to school. When I was living at Charles Street, I would walk to Frabe College. Climbing Frabe College hill is very difficult. It's hard to climb. It's a very high hill. It's very long. And the heat. Sierra Leone is a very hot country. Going up or coming down, it's always tough. When I got to the university, I was very confused what to study. The guardian and counselor actually mentioned to me that there's a course called Peace and Conflict Studies. If you study that, you can be a humanitarian, you can be someone who will work for the United Nations, you can be someone who will work for charities. I came from a family of nobody. My mother only breaks stones. My father is not known by anyone. But that's how I actually was able to find education. During the days of Ebola, even though everyone knows Ebola was such a deadly virus, every Sierra Leonean who was very poor will not worry about Ebola because they will say, if I don't go and find food to eat, it will not be the virus that will kill me. It's hunger that will kill us. That is how life is in Sierra Leone every day.
We didn't receive much support initially. The world became attentive when American doctors were coming and they were also getting the Ebola. That was the time we got some attention. But Tzu Chi immediately got in contact with us and they were asking how they should help.
Tzu Chi Foundation came into Sierra Leone in 2015. They've been providing rice, multigrain, shoes, milk, many different things. And so at the end of the day, Tzu Chi's support actually helped some of those families to be able to find food.
In emergency situations, you need aid. And Tzu Chi have been very effective. The rapid response, they're there on time. One of the people who manages that program, Ishmeal Charles, is the man they call. They just know they can call him.
Brother Charles, as we like to call him, is one of the most amazing people I've ever met. He grew up under the most horrifyingly difficult circumstances, and he has risen to become the most wonderful humanitarian. How he interacts with everyone with that complete humility, complete respect, but also a firmness that comes from his great vows of wanting to assist his communities, whatever it takes.
I have lots of adopted children, and I choose to adopt because for me, I grew up in a circumstance wherein I was always looking for someone to love me. And when I see other children who are in difficult situations, I try not to only be a father to them, but also a role model. In my life, I've always put into practice setting up my routines. Every morning, I try to set out what are the things that I have to do. I'm someone who multitasks a lot. I pay a lot of attention to details and learn every day. I want to inspire more people, not only with my story, but with my life and my attitude towards work, towards other people, but more significantly, live a hopeful life.
We are not limited to the calamities that faced us in life. So Ishmeal has been extraordinary in moving forward. There is always hope that you can change if you are positive about transformation.
As a country, our national budget is financed over 60% by foreign aid. How can we survive if USAID is actually closed? We will continue to be in abject poverty. We will never be able to grow as a country. I want the world to understand illegal migration continues to happen in the whole world only because many people feel there are no opportunities in their countries. It changes when we bring greener pasture to their own doorsteps. Then they will not have to run away anymore.
It is our hope that with partners that are coming in, while we're dealing with the humanitarian, we want to transition to development. To get food security here, there's a lot of interventions. So part of what we're doing here, we're driving an initiative for the president called Feed Sierra Leone. We want to grow what we eat and eat what we grow. And I really believe that my country can be transformed, but we need partners.
Tzu Chi has been a very trustworthy partner that have not only impacted the lives of the beneficiaries that we have, but also impacted our way of providing relief services to people in need. When we give, we are at the position of privilege, and that is why we have to bow to show respect and dignity in service. Because sometimes aid workers will have tendency of feeling important or arrogant, but this actually helps us to humble ourselves the more and pay more attention to the service rather than the feeling of ego.
For me, the biggest strength is when we ensure that we build the capacity of people so that they can continue their life without seeking for aid. That is more dignifying.
When I see those young people walking up the hills, I feel their pain because I reflect on how I used to struggle. The days when I would walk up the hill without having money even to buy water and see them doing the same, I understand it resonates very well. And so I want every young person to believe if you continue to cultivate yourself, you will meet the positives of your life and you will have a reason to reflect back where you were yesterday and be grateful for your transformation. You have a reason to live again.